Hello everyone, my name is Angry960 and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about my top 10 favourite Mortal Kombat characters, and we will be discussing why in detail. As you may know, I have made several videos on Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11. I have also played Mortal Kombat 4 Gold and MK Armageddon and MK Deception. However, I have only played those versions at other people's houses or using an emulator. Mortal Kombat is one of my favourite games, and that includes its lore, characters and gameplay, so I thought I would list my favourite characters. We're going from 10th to 1st place, so let's get started, shall we? So for my 10th pick for the list, it's going to be Shao Khan. Now, as you may know, Shao Khan is literally one of the most powerful characters in the games lore-wise. He has literally defeated Raiden all the time and he is basically a god in the game, and Shao Khan gets stronger with the more souls he gets. However, the reason I like his character and put him as the 10th spot is because whilst he can be strong and powerful, he will instead decide to be cocky and showboat, which is the reason I like his character. He also has a cool arsenal of weapons like his hammer and his spear, which I like as well with his character. Shao Khan also just acts exactly like a villain, and it makes him cool in a way.
I am no refugee. I am Khan of Outworld. Vacate my throne, or I'll soak these sands with your blood.
Shao Khan literally had to be stopped by the Elder Gods in the game. He was that powerful, and it's pretty cool. My 9th pick for the list is going to be Kabal.
I'm hideous.
And it's because Kabal is basically a Mortal Kombat Flash. He has the speed, he is all about going fast. I also like his lore, how he turned from a police officer to working with the Black Dragon, and then he changes his mind once again and helps fight against Shao Kahn's invasion of Earthrealm, turns against the Black Dragon in the process, even though he ends up dying. Even his Revenant form is cool looking, and I don't usually like Revenant counterparts such as Liu Kang and Katana's Revenant forms, but Kabal's Revenant form actually suits him in my opinion. My 8th spot is Striker, and the reason for this is because Striker is a laughable character. Come on now. He's legitimately a police officer that's not even special forces, running around tasing and shooting Reptile and Ermac with a pistol. And how can you not laugh at his MK9 intro? He has some great combos in MK9 for a police officer and gets himself killed being a police officer. And that's why he's in my 8th spot. In my 7th pick for this list is Noob Saibot, and there are many reasons for this. He is both the original SubZero and a freaking Revenant Wraith, similar to Scorpion, who was resurrected by Quan Chi, with a plan to seek vengeance for his own death. He also has his aesthetic, making him look like a horror movie character. He also has some cool special moves I like, such as his shadow cloning and teleportation. Noob Saibot's scary side comes out when he literally wants to drag you into a void of darkness, such as what almost happens with Fujin in MK11. Noob Saibot's MK9 fatality is also pretty funny and scary at the same time when he uses a clone and splits the opponent apart by tearing at the opponent's legs. His sickle in MK11 is also cool looking and fits with his character. His voice and costume make him look cool and worthy of the 7th spot on my list.
Recognize me, little brother. Beyond.
As for the 6th spot for my favourite characters, we have Sektor. Now, of course, Sektor is cool with his ability to use rockets and flamethrowers, but he was also at one point the leader of the Cyber Initiative and the Lin Kuei Grandmaster. He is both cool looking in human form as well as in cyber form, even though I do prefer his cyber form. And who doesn't like a robotic ninja? Come on now. Cyrax is great as well, and he is about the same ranking as Sektor. However, Sektor is just a little bit better in my opinion. Otherwise, it would have been Cyrax. Sektor also used to be named Ketchup, and that's also a pretty funny name. Sektor's role in turning the Lin Kuei into cyber ninjas is cool. However, I like how they combined all the robotic ninjas into a singular character, that being Triborg, with Sektor having some flashy combos. Now for me, my 5th pick is going to be Reptile. Now Reptile is often depicted in many forms, such as a literal lizard monster from the frickin' MK movie, a hybrid between human and lizard, which is MK Deadly Alliance, Armageddon, MK9 and MKX, and then there's the first trilogy Reptile, or the 1995 movie Reptile, who is the human ninja, just has a green outfit. And it seems like Reptile takes on a human form and slowly evolves into a hybrid between Reptile and human, which is pretty cool. He was also a secret boss in the first game. He spits acid from his mouth, can go invisible, and can freaking eat your head straight away if he wants to with his tongue. However, it does kind of suck. He always loses or is on the enemy team team in the MK stories, but he is only trying to fit in, you know, to survive. Like, he's the only one left of his species. Of course, but he looks sick as a lizard hybrid. His gameplay is also pretty cool in MKX with his slime ball and launching people in the air to do a combo. Now we're getting into my top 4 favorite characters, with the 4th being Ermac.
We are many. We are many more. We are many more, but infinity times infinity no payback.
And there is a reason for that, and it is because he is literally a creation of dead fighters' souls. Similar to Scarlet, with her being instead made of blood from fighters, with the only thing really keeping Ermac together being his costume. He was created by Shao Khan by a soul fusion. In the rebooted timeline, he is responsible for Jax getting his arms removed and needing replacement metal arms. Ermac has a cool voice as well, with a lot of his voices being able to come out through Ermac, so it's not just one voice, it's many, and it creates an unsettling vibe with his character. MKX's depiction of Ermac is one of my favorites because he is literally just a mummy that can fly and fight with souls. Of course, you probably know I like the freaking dialogue he has in MKX, as I have used it in my Gmod video. He versus himself, and they both compare who's many more. Ermac is a fun character to play in games because he always manipulates the opponent's soul as well, so he will just tip you upside down and drop you on your head a lot. It's kind of funny. Now in 3rd place for my top 10 characters, we have Ermac. He is a very funny character similar to Striker, where instead of being a police officer, he is a cowboy. But what makes him more interesting is his backstory. It's mostly a mystery where he comes in, and it's not really known where he comes from, so it leaves people speculating. For example, he seems to do mercenary work for people in our world, however he comes from Earthrealm. He also goes through changes like Kabal, where he was going around doing work for the wrong people, such as the Black Dragon, just to get money, but he ended up working for Shao Khan when Kano betrayed him. He was also promised by killing that Shang Tsung would grant him a slow aging process. Even though he ended up working for Shao Khan, if someone was to offer him more money, he would switch sides in a heartbeat. So he basically works for the money only. He uses revolvers, rifles, and dynamite, and really prefers to use weapons. But his mystery and just being a cowboy alone just makes him epic in my opinion. He also has good combos in MK11, and he probably does in MKX, but I must practice with Eren a lot more in MKX because of all the button commands and how much I actually haven't learnt about his MKX variations. But I really like his Nether Beast Trap combo from MK11. Another funny part of Ermac is that he uses this one move called Big Boot, and it's such a troll move, man. I use it against my friends where Ermac just drop kicks you.
Your future self is ally, not enemy, Ermac.
To hell with the future. I live in the moment.
And in 2nd place, we have Katana. And you should probably know by now, if you've been watching me for a while, that Katana is almost on par with my favourite character in MK. And it's because she is literally a princess of Edenia, an assassin with an interesting backstory. Katana is 10,000 years old and worked for Shao Khan. She was unfriendly and arrogant working under Shao Khan. However, she ended up gaining a kinder and noble personality due to Katana finding out that Shao Khan had killed her father, Jared, and let Shang Tsung create an identical clone of herself. She switched sides and joined Liu Kang and Raiden, which allowed Katana to switch her personality around, finding a love interest in Liu Kang instead. She also has this square wave ability lol, which is just a comedic move in the game where she uses her booty to collide with an opponent's face till it nearly breaks their skull. She also uses wind and fans, which is unique. She uses a blue color palette, which is cool, and in my opinion, Katana is my favorite female character in the game. I like Katana gameplay wise as well in MKX and MK11. My favorite design of Katana is MKX's version of Katana, and I'm talking about the tournament skin you can unlock. It shows not too much skin unlike MK9, but doesn't mostly cover up Katana like MK11. Either way, Katana takes the 2nd spot for just being a blue assassin princess, lol. And for the last spot on this list, my favorite character from MK is SubZero. Now you probably already knew this. This is literally everywhere on my YouTube channel and influenced my profile picture from YouTube. I was first introduced to SubZero at one of my friend's houses on MK vs DC, which was what for some reason I remember as a kid until many years later when I found out about MKX, which had SubZero. And the thing about SubZero is I never knew what the game was called. I just knew about SubZero and was always thinking about ice powers and how different they were from what I've seen before. And when I would come up with characters, have that one ability in mind, and that was ice powers. However, there is more of a reason these days for why I like SubZero's character, and it's because of his lore. And of course, SubZero's lore is just as common knowledge as Scorpion's lore, and they are what most people talk about if they know the slightest about MK. But I like how there are two SubZeros, and the first SubZero becomes Noob Saibot, and the new SubZero takes up the mantle and is less of a prick to everyone than Bihan is supposed to be. Kuai Liang is the current SubZero, and he ended Scorpion and SubZero's rivalry and helped to stop his own clan from becoming robotic ninjas and destroying Earthrealm. SubZero was able to recover from being turned into a robotic ninja, helping with Earthrealm, and his moves in the Mortal Kombat games have always been cool. SubZero is just cool in general. He is stylish and uses his ice abilities. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so you're notified when I upload my next Mortal Kombat related video. These were just my 10 picks. Feel free in the comments to leave a comment about your favorite characters as well down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye /